Okay, so I want to talk about how I'm not happy with Team Ninja and what they're doing right now. So Team Ninja is working on a bunch of new stuff right now. They're working on the Final Fantasy Origin DLC, which I still need to go back and check that out because the game was really good. I should probably make a video about the actual game Final Fantasy Origin. It's a lot better than people think. They don't know about it. Anyway, they released like the new DLC pack recently, where you fight Warrior of Light and Bahamut. And then the newest one where you fight Gilgamesh, I think comes out soonish, like next month or something, I forget when. It was announced in Tokyo. It was shown in like Tokyo Game Show. But, like, I don't want to talk about that. Well, actually no, it's related to this because, you know, Final Fantasy Origins an action RPG, which is similar to like Dark Souls, and the last thing that Team Ninja made that was in the same vein was the Nioh series, and they had Nioh 1 and Nioh 2, and both of the Nioh games play like a faster Dark Souls, and you know, that's cool I guess. Dark Souls is popular, so everyone's trying to fucking cash in on it, just like how every open world game's trying to cash in on Breath of the Wild. So yeah, now Team Ninja's just doing that, but it bothers me because now all the other games are doing the same thing. The Wolong game or whatever it's called is just Nioh, but in China. In ancient China, okay, whatever. It's like some Dynasty Warriors fucking Souls style game. And then they have Rise of the Ronin, which is supposed to come out in like 2 years. And then that shit is also like an action RPG, kind of like Dark Souls, and it's like, what the fuck happened? Can you stop making these fucking games? Stop making action RPGs, just go back and make what you were better at doing, which is making Ninja Gaiden. Where the hell is Ninja Gaiden? I want Ninja Gaiden 4. I wanted Ninja Gaiden 4 for like over 10 years, ever since Ninja Gaiden 3 came out. And it's like, where is it? For like 9 or 10 years, like, I've been waiting this whole time for Ninja Gaiden 4. And I don't know what the hell's up with Team Ninja. Like, I understand they want to do different games, but you can't just make Dead or Alive 6 completely fuck it up, quit supporting the game after a year, like no dev support, no updates or anything. You just leave the DLC to be purchased in case some idiot wants to fucking buy the DLC. And then you just leave it, and then you never touch the game again. You don't talk about it, you don't do anything. And you know what you do? You take the Team Ninja developers, and you just make them focus on the gacha game, because that's making money. And DOA 6 isn't making money, and it's not being played by people, so they're just going to the gacha game, DOA Extreme Venus Vacation, DOA XVV. They're just playing XVV instead. And it's like, well, you know, you have a pretty good fighting game that you could like fix or update or completely revitalize, you know, to bring it back to life. So you know, I don't see a DOA 6 Ultimate, no DOA 6 Last Round. I don't know where any of that is. It's just DOA 6 and then it just died. And then there were rumors about DOA 7 potentially being in development from some rogue developer that may or may not be an actual employee. I don't know. I think it was confirmed that it was fake or something. But like, even rumors of a DOA 6 and 7 were getting people interested, but like, there's nothing come from that. Nothing has come from that. So then they make DOA 6 and then they just kill it. And then like before that, they made Ninja Gaiden 3, and Ninja Gaiden 3 was shit. So they made Ninja Gaiden 3 Razor's Edge, which I still think is kind of shit, but at least it was a better game. It was a good action game, but I don't think it was particularly good as a Ninja Gaiden game, because it took away so many elements from Ninja Gaiden that gave it its own identity. Because Ninja Gaiden 3 Razor's Edge is literally just walk through hallways, go into a kill room, and fight enemies. And then fight like 5 more waves of enemies, until you're fucking tired. Also, you can't use any healing items because there's no healing items, because fuck you, that's why. So you have to kill all the enemies, you do the Steel on Bone mechanic to restore Ninpo, and then use Ninpo to heal yourself. But it's like, if you... Like, how are you supposed to like save yourself in emergencies, like if you don't have Ninpo or items or anything? Like, I understand when you're good at the game, you shouldn't have to rely on items or anything, but like, look, sometimes you need to save your own ass, but there's no way to, like, how is like the average player supposed to get through the game if they can't help themselves? I don't get it. But yeah, but then they released Ninja Gaiden 3, and then they make Razor's Edge, and then it still doesn't really feel like a Ninja Gaiden game in my opinion. It just feels like an action game with Ninja Gaiden gameplay, but it doesn't really feel like Ninja Gaiden. Then they don't make a new Ninja Gaiden game after that, and then they make like Yaiba, and Yaiba doesn't count, so fuck Yaiba. And then it's 2021, they released the Ninja Gaiden collection, and that's it. And then they're like, oh, here you go. It's Sigma, Sigma 2, and then Razor's Edge. I'm like, well, what about Black and Vanilla Ninja Gaiden 2? They're like, oh no, you don't get those. Why would we give you the Xbox version? Fuck off. And I'm like, okay, but like, I want like the better games, and they're like, you don't get anything. Here, you're stuck with these. And I'm like, okay. Well, the problem is that I bought it like 4 times, because I bought it on the Switch, PS4, physically, both of them, and then PC on Steam, especially so I could play with the Ninja Gaiden 2 Black mod, because that's the only enjoyable way to play Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2. And then I bought it again so my friend can play it, but I don't even think he's actually played it, so that was probably a waste of like $40 or $50, I forget how much. So, yeah, like, you released the Ninja Gaiden collection, and then the head of Team Ninja, or like, yeah, the head of Team Ninja is like, oh yeah, you know, we're thinking about making a Ninja Gaiden game, but not really, but, you know, we're making it, but not really, and I'm like, I'm waiting, and then like, Hayabusa doesn't get into Super Smash Brothers, and it's like, you know, that would have been a great incentive to make a Ninja Gaiden game, like, now, because, you know, he would be in Smash, and just be like, oh, yeah, well, everyone knows who he is, so, you know, if we make a new game, people will buy it, and they'll recognize him, because he's in Smash. But no, they can't even give me that. They couldn't even give me that. They couldn't even add him to Smash. Like, the fuck? Like, if they had plans to make a new game, like, if instead of Wolong coming out in 2023, if it was Ninja Gaiden 4, he would have fucking been in Smash. Like, he definitely would have been in Smash. Team Ninja would have approached. Koei Tecmo would have approached or something, but that didn't happen because they have no plans, because they don't care. So now, instead of making Ninja Gaiden games and making games that are unique and different, they're just making Dark Souls clones. And granted, Final Fantasy Origin is an amazing game, but I still think, like, the fact that, like, the game was announced, I initially was hyped because they said, oh, Team Ninja's making a Final Fantasy action game. I'm like, oh, okay, I'll buy it. But then they said, oh, it plays like Dark Souls, and I'm like, oh, well, now I don't want it. But because of all the memes and everything, because I like Jack Garland as a character, it convinced me to play the demo. Well, no, it convinced me to buy the game, like, on release. I just bought it, like because I didn't care. I just wanted to learn the gameplay, and then I had fun. And admittedly, the game is amazing, and I think it's fun. But like, that initial impression turned me off, because I was like, oh, I'm not interested in playing a Souls-style Final Fantasy game. I want, if you're gonna make a Final Fantasy action game by Team Ninja, I want it to play like Ninja Gaiden, or just something that's not an RPG with RPG elements. Like, don't add RPG elements. But they did, so. Oh, my attack didn't do enough damage because the numbers aren't high enough. Better get this item so it increases my numbers. Or use this weapon that has higher numbers. Oh no, I took too much damage because these enemies in this area have more health and do more numbers. Higher numbers. I don't know. And, like, speaking of Dead or Alive, because I brought up DOA 6, like, what the fuck happened? Like, look, Team Ninja, they're not the same Team Ninja that I knew. The Team Ninja that I knew from back then made DOA 1 for the Saturn and PS1. Then they made Dead or Alive 2 for the Dreamcast, and then PS2, and then DOA 2 Hardcore, and then DOA 2 Ultimate for Xbox. And then they made DOA 3, then they made DOA 4. And DOA 4 was like, I still think it's the peak of the series, that's the best entry. DOA 5 came out like over 6 years after DOA 4, because DOA 4 was in 2005, and then Dead or Alive 6 came out, I think, like 2012, somewhere around 2012, I think. 2012, 2013, somewhere around there. Around the same time like Ninja Gaiden 3 was coming out, so they kind of like intertwined. Because the last game before that was DOA Dimensions, which was kind of like a send-off and like a goodbye to classic style DOA, especially with the way the characters looked. They looked like the old versions of the characters instead of the new realistic style they went for in 5 and 6. But yeah, that was like the swan song for classic Dead or Alive, especially since it summed up the entire story in like the super long story mode. But Yeah, DOA 5 comes out, it's good. Then they release Ultimate, it's really good. They had fan favorite characters like Ayn and Leon, I guess. And then they had like Jackie and Pi. And then like, or was it Sarah and Pi? Sarah and Jackie, I don't remember. I don't know. And then they made DOA 5 last round, and that's pretty good. And it was like a step in the right direction for DOA. And then it's like, oh, okay, well. Then they make Neo, and I'm like, oh, okay, you know, well, they made a good DOA game, so I guess it's justified. They can take a break. And then they make DOA 6, and then DOA 6 just fucking fails. And it's like, what happened? So you just abandon Dead or Alive, and you keep Ninja Gaiden dead for like 10 years, and then you release for almost 10 years, and then you release like a half-assed collection of the inferior versions of Ninja Gaiden 1 and 2, along with Rager's Edge for Ninja Gaiden 3. And then you call it a day, and then you leave. And then you just, oh, buy our fucking action RPGs that come out for PS5 or in other consoles. It's like, I don't know, it's not the same Team Ninja. Like, I remember when Itagaki was there, it was more I remember when they were Tecmo, not Koei Tecmo, just Tecmo. I knew about Tecmo before the merger, because I used to play DOA 2 and DOA 4 all the time growing up, but it's like, I don't know, I think after the merger, and especially after they kicked Itagaki out because of stupid allegations they made against him in the court case, Team Ninja's not the same. Team Ninja isn't even the same Team Ninja from like almost 10 years ago, because Yosuke Hayashi is not even the head of Team Ninja. He's like higher up position in like Koei Tecmo or something, and then like the other guy, some other guy is like head of Team Ninja, and then Shimbori, the guy who was in charge of DOA 6, he's left. He was the guy that got Virtua Fighter into DOA 5, and then he leaves because DOA 6 became like a shithole. And it's like, I don't know, I'm tired of these action RPGs. I don't want Dark Souls games. I want Ninja Gaiden. Where's Ninja Gaiden? I've been begging for a Ninja Gaiden game for like almost 10 years, or pretty much 10 years, and they refuse to listen to people. Team Ninja does not want to make Ninja Gaiden. They don't care. And if they make Ninja Gaiden 4, they'll probably fuck it up. That's my concern. Like, it's like a monkey's paw. Like, I want Ninja Gaiden 4, but I also don't want it to be shit. But if I get Ninja Gaiden 4, it'll probably be shit. But if I want them to make a good game, they have to make something that's not Ninja Gaiden, because clearly they don't know what they're doing. I don't know. I really wish Team Ninja would just get their head out of their ass and just go back to making a Ninja Gaiden game, because I want Ryu Hayabusa to come back. He deserves it. He's been out of commission for too long. If Devil May Cry 5 can be a thing, and Bayonetta 3 can be a thing, and Elden Ring and all the Souls games can be a thing, like if all these things are allowed to continue and keep coming back and get sequels, like especially DMC5, which came out way after DMC4, like that was years later. Capcom didn't think the DMC was good enough, like, to continue, and then they did. And then look at all the money they made. You see, it's smart. And now, Team Ninja needs to reevaluate and fucking make a Ninja Gaiden game. I don't know if they ever will. Because, like, I know they can make a good game. Neo is good. Neo got high reviews, good praise and everything. Like, great DLC. It's not super greedy and shit like DOA, like the way Koei Tecmo handles DOA. It's good. And Final Fantasy Origin is a good game too. Great game. Wolong, I'm pretty sure Wolong gonna be a good game too, or whatever it is. And then Rise of the Ronin looks good. It looks cool. Kinda reminds me of like, the flying thing for some reason kinda reminds me of like, a little bit of like Assassin's Creed and like a little bit of Ninja Gaiden thrown in there. Instead of like flying through the haystack, you're like just diving. I guess you could do that to kill other enemies or something. And it has like cool glory kills, kind of like the obliterations in Ninja Gaiden. And it's like, I know you can still make a good game. How about you go back and make the game that you were known for? Like, just because you didn't make those original games doesn't mean that you can't look at those games, evaluate them, and think, and go like, yeah, we can do that. Doesn't mean you can't. Like, get your head out of your ass, Team Ninja. Fucking make a new Ninja Gaiden game. I want Ninja Gaiden 4 and I want it to be good. That's why I'm looking forward to Wanted Dead. Wanted Dead is a game from former Team Ninja developers that worked on Ninja Gaiden and DOA. And they're part of Soleil, which is like the team that made that Samurai Jack game and that Naruto Shinobi Striker game, I think. Like, this game looked really good, and I'm happy it's getting a last-gen version because I don't have a fucking PS5 or Series X, so I'm not paying $500 for that right now, or $800. And it looks like a spiritual sequel to Devil's Third. But Devil's Third, I feel like, is a game that unfortunately didn't get a good development cycle because of so many circumstances outside of Itagaki's control. It's not like it's off the hook, but the game went through a lot of shit that it didn't need to, and it ended up hurting his game. And then since the game didn't do well, it flopped. It probably stopped Itagaki from giving a shit about making games, which is why he's making the NFT bullshit and Web3 whatever crypto shit. I don't care. He's not dead to me, but it's like, it's sad to see this, and I'm pretty sure he's just being used by people as a ploy to get money. But yeah, I don't know what's going on with DOA. I don't know what's going on with Ninja Gaiden. The guy in charge of Team Ninja has said at least on 3 separate occasions within the past year, like, he has commented on Ninja Gaiden. They're like, oh, you know, we're releasing Master Collection right now to test the waters. Maybe we'll make Ninja Gaiden. Then, oh yeah, you know, maybe we're working on a Ninja Gaiden game. And then, oh yeah, Ninja Gaiden. Yeah, maybe we'll do that. It's like, You know, like, it'd be nice if you just fucking make a new one, but you're not gonna do that. So, I'm not gonna, I should just stop bothering trying to complain. Like, complaining about it isn't gonna do anything for me anymore. Alright, I think that's it. Bye.